Gotcha. It's been a pretty eventful weekend for FSU. Some transfer portal news. Let's start off with Jalen Key. He ended up committed to Alabama. It was down to FSU in Alabama for his final choice. Local kid, but ended up sided with Saban. Saban made it was a pretty tough decision, but I guess just getting coached by Saban, the development they've been doing, their DBs as of late made them side with Alabama. Pretty solid loss for FSU as we only have 4 scholarship safeties, with 2 of them being true freshmen. But yeah, Jalen Key ended up going to Alabama. I felt like it'd have been a perfect fit for that Jamie Robinson role. But they do have a junior college safety on campus in Ashlynd Barker. And I'm not going to lie to you, man. I had peeped this film. I was bullish on even watching the film for a long time because I wasn't really too keen on it. But, seeing seeming for our need for safety, decided to watch the film. The film wasn't actually that bad. Pretty solid film. And FSU was pretty high on him in regards to his official size on the official visit. Around 6'2", 200 pounds, looked pretty good in person. But yeah, just looking at his film, he's a pretty solid player. And I did some
what's his backstory? Cause I seen there was like more information on his recruitment and why it got off to a slow start.
Yeah, so his first year playing football was like his junior year altogether. Then his senior year, COVID hits. Doesn't have a football season. His senior 2020. Long story short, 21 and 22 he goes JUCO. Here we are now. So I think if the kid, he's from Columbus, Georgia as well, junior college out in Iowa. I think if the kid would actually, gotten the ball a little bit early and played, had a full senior year and a full recruitment, that type of deal, I'm not sure where he would have went, but I do believe he'd have been a D1 player for sure.
Right.
Where that would have been, I'm not exactly sure, but I do think he was kind of robbed of the process. And we kind of talked about this, in previous podcasts a couple of years ago, just about, those kids doing that. A lot of those kids doing that COVID year, getting washed out and going JUCO, and you kind of find some gems in the JUCO ranks. This could be one. We're going to see how it plays. I do think he's going to. Well, not do think. I know for a fact. I'm not going to say no for a fact. I'm pretty confident. Yeah, you can't say that, right? I'm pretty confident. Pretty confident.
Two double backs in less than 2 seconds.
Yeah, you got to, but you can't say 100% nowadays, bro. So I'm pretty confident that he does. Hell yeah, be on the jam screen. We're pretty confident that he does end up coming to FSU and enrolling. So, but as far as how his prospects transfer to FSU, we have to see. But I do like his film, and I do think he'd be a good depth piece because we need it pretty badly now with only 4 scholarship safeties, with 2 of those being true freshmen. Yeah, so that's what we got as far as the official visits from the JUCO and transfer portal ranks. Keon Coleman, he had official visit to Ole Miss not during the weekend, during the week. It's an Ole Miss FSU battle. It could go either way with this one. To be honest with you, I think Ole Miss did a really good job of selling whatever they sold to them. So it could go either way. And it's crazy because Ole Miss is saying them. You said what now? Yeah, that's all they produce
over there.
Wide
receivers, man. They had a good little string.
Yeah, Lane get you the ball offensively.
Who's cuz play for Seattle? DK Metcalf.
And even the slot receiver that and went second round to the Jets. Even I think
yeah. So they on a little streak.
Yeah, but and it's crazy because it's a kid from I forget his name. Excuse me, guys, but it's a transfer portal receiver from Texas San Antonio. Kid had like 1,500 receiving yards and like 12 touchdowns last year. Like a really good player, and it's crazy because Ole Miss and FSU is kind of they're recruiting the kid, but waiting to see exactly first what Coleman does as far as his decision before they pursue any further with the official offer and set up an official visit like that. So it's interesting that both sides are keeping that receiver kind of lukewarm, just depending on what Keon Coleman does. But we'll see. I think his decision could come out this weekend.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Yeah, bold strategy.
Where you leaning to today? I got him penciled in at Ole Miss, man.
Well, I'm leaning today. I think it's a toss-up. Now I'll probably say 51% Ole Miss, 49 FSU. I think Ole Miss did a really good job NIL wise, and he was also, they say, was throwing like 1 a.m. with dart or whatnot.
Yeah, it's a wrap, bro.
But no, if he was smart, I mean, I think FSU would be the note. If I'm Coleman, it'd be FSU for me personally. I think NIL would be okay at FSU. It's just what you could do in that offense and not be the main focus on offense. You could do so much more in one-on-one matchups, and also just from a team standpoint, I don't think Ole Miss is going to compete at all in the SEC West. But again, kids do it for different reasons, so we'll see how it plays out. So that's where we at with the transfer guys in regards to that. Let's get into some. Well, high school guys. I do want to highlight another high school guy, Dustin Hill, man, 2021 receiver. He finally is on campus and enrolls at FSU. He was greeted by Greedy Vance. And that was pretty dope moment. Those two played together in high school. So to be reunited. It was also a picture of those two standing together. And Greedy is a small corner, about 5'10", 185, but Dustin was just towered over him as far as that, 6'2", legit 6'2", around 200 pounds. Looked pretty good. His head coach says he's been working out for the past 6 months in great shape. And also, even though he hasn't, it's been 2 cycles since he's played, high school football. He doesn't turn 19 until later this year. He was a younger kid doing his senior year. He was 17 upon graduation and things like that. So it's good to have him on campus and see what he could do. He was my number one receiver, regardless of position rankings, things like that, coming out of high school during that class. He has a lot of doing his high school tape. He reminded me of, and he's from Louisiana as well. He reminded me of Jamar Chase a little bit. So it's definitely good to have him on campus. Hopefully he gets acclimated pretty quickly. I don't want to put expectations on him year one because, you miss. I don't want to put too much on him this upcoming season. He missed, 2 years, this, that, and another. I think it'll be an acclimation process for him in order to, get up to speed. If he does play off the rip and produce, I won't be surprised because the talent is there. But just, as me is putting expectations on guys that just get on campus, I don't want to do that too. I don't do that at all, really, especially for someone that hasn't played, high school ball in 2 years. I'm not exactly sure what the issue was. It was personal nature. I got a little clue to. I want to put that information out.
Respect. Yeah.
But no, he's been okay to pad. He's just had to go through missions, all that type of stuff. He's been in Louisiana working out this past 6 months and things like that. But yeah, so you made a good point, man. Like, if you don't sign initially, man, the percentages are fucking low for you to get on damn campus, dog. Real low. We're talking about 2 years
move
out.
On, bro.
Yeah. And I would shout out to Mike and those guys. I'm pretty sure Destyn had to hold up on stuff on his end in regards to this whole process, to finally get the FSU, working out, whatever it may be. He had to hold up on, his portion of the deal. But shout out to Mike and those guys for sticking with this kid throughout this whole process and not.
I tell you, he like Mullen, bro. This is like the one black thing.
Yeah, black. That's pretty much
similar Mullen, man. Like, yeah, man. I'm telling you, bro. Sometimes my takes be like real and be trolls.
But yeah, man, I appreciate them boys, sticking by him throughout the whole process, man. I'm excited to have him on campus, man. He was my guy, man. So definitely some good news to have him on campus and some needed depth as well as far as the receiver room. Yeah, so the starter receivers will probably be the starting 3. It'll be a Keytron Portier, the receiver out of South Florida. He came on late during the season last year. Going to have time to shine now that we kind of pokey exhausted his eligibility. Winston Wright, the transfer receiver from West Virginia, who sat out with Savannah. Yeah, via Savannah, man. Shout out to the 912, man. Y'all been showing love to FSU lately. But yeah, Keytron's going. I think Keytron, Winston Wright, like also my Winston Wright, the transfer from West Virginia. He broke his leg last year. He was our number 1, the most prized guy out of the portal last year as far as receiver ranks last year. So we got Winston Wright, and of course Johnny Wilson. Those are the starting 3 that we'll put out there. So they definitely want to add another receiver. They're really high on Doug Williamson, 21. My apologies. Darian Williamson, they're really high on him. Rare cert sophomore. Mike said he has all the talent in the world. Could be, first round type of talent, but he's been injured at FSU. Hasn't been able to stay out of the tub. So same thing with spring practice. He started out spring practice real strong, and then had some little nagging injuries that caused him to miss the rest of spring practice. So if he could actually get healthy and put it all together, he could be a big time player. But the potential is there. But at the same time, man, you gotta put that shit on the field at some point in time, right? You gotta do it. So absolutely. That's why they kind of after Keon Coleman and the Texas San Antonio receiver. If Coleman decides to go to Ole Miss, just to shore up some things, and adding Dustin as well makes the room a lot more better. Got Hakeem Williams, who I don't think could play that much this year. Vandrevius Jacobs, he's the guy I think could play. That true freshman, he's going to be damn good. Like he came on the scene, spring practice and made a lot of plays. I think Dre is going to be a player. Just a matter of when for him. So that's what the receiver room was looking like overall for FSU. Get into some high school kids that we had on campus. Colin Fox, the 4-star tight end, he was on campus again this weekend. Did state that he has an official commitment date. It's going to be July 4th. Just talk about the relationship he has with FSU and Landon Thomas as well, the tight end commit. they're the 5-star tight end commit. They're really close friends. So they want to, it'd be cool to play together on the college level. Since all throughout the years they've been kind of competing against each other. He said he has 3 official visits scheduled. He has one to UCF, Miami, and FSU in that order. The FSU official visit will be June the 23rd, and that's FSU's big official visit weekend when all the commits like Luke, Cam Davis, Landon Thomas, etc. will be on campus. So you can kind of read the tea leaves with that. I do expect Kylan Fox to be a Knoll on July 4th once he commit. That's pretty much all I got, man. So yeah, it'll be nice little UCF, FSU, and Miami battle. Nice little take Manny to the woodshed. Not Manny, shit. My bad. Take Mario to the woodshed a little bit. Get that done.
Oh, we got a lot of tight ends on board. He was up there. I don't know if he's still at the very top, but I do like the kid personally.
Yeah. No, that's all I got though, bro. But yeah, it'd be if you can get those 2 tight ends, man.
Yeah, it's a great haul.
That's a great fucking haul. I want to give Coach Thompson his flowers. And shout out to Chris Thompson, the tight end coach. He's done a fucking great job for the transfer portal and the recruiting ranks. When they got Jaheim Bell and Morlock out of the transfer portal, and you tie that in with Kylan Fox, possibly, and Landon Thomas flipping him from Georgia, big time, man. I do expect that tight end room has been flipped. I do expect doing this next after the season. I do expect a lot of tight ends to X. I'm not gonna lie to you after the season, just by all the talent they're bringing in, getting better in the recruiting ranks.